When it comes to celebrities, it's usually their most dramatic lows, biggest meltdowns, or controversies that grab the public's attention. But with Keanu Reeves, the opposite is true. His ordinary, humble, and grounded nature only fuels more admiration and intrigue. Take, for instance, a 2011 video that's been viewed over 16 million times. In it, a woman accidentally backs her Mercedes SUV into Keanu Reeves' vintage 1973 Norton Commando 750 motorcycle while he's inside a medical building. The Beverly Hills police arrive to document the incident. Throughout the encounter, Keanu chats calmly with the officers and the woman, behaving exactly like any regular person would in that situation. After a few minutes, she drives off, and everything proceeds peacefully. Jump forward to 2021, and there's another viral clip featuring Keanu, this time engaging with fans about his motorcycle. With 830 million views, people dissect the moment as if it were a social experiment. What stands out is the respectful distance the fans maintain. Keanu doesn't enforce any barriers or keep them at arm's length, yet they instinctively give him space. Meanwhile, he smiles warmly, talks openly, and reaches out to them, never pushing anyone away. In yet another example from 2015, a video showing Keanu hurrying through an airport while stopping to snap photos with fans amassed 7.7 million views. Remarkably, he's flying commercial and entirely without bodyguards, even though he's worth an estimated $350 million. This down-to-earth attitude is what Joe Rogan admires most about him. That guy goes and sits on the subway by himself. No, like, freaking awesome. There's no obvious outward displays of wealth from him. He's insanely wealthy. When you see him, he's dressed like me. He's got like a regular watch on, sneakers. He's normal, man. It's real weird. Some might find it strange that basic acts of kindness and humility earn Keanu so much praise, which frankly reveals how low our expectations have become for celebrities. Yet, when you understand his difficult background and his extraordinary generosity, it's clear why the public affectionately calls him Hollywood's nicest man. Drink some water. This story is powerful. Keanu's father, Samuel Reeves, battled substance abuse and served time in prison for heroin dealing. By the time Keanu was just 3 years old, his father had abandoned the family, leaving his mother, Patricia Taylor, to raise 2 children alone. Patricia worked tirelessly as a costume designer while juggling a complex personal life. She married and divorced 4 times during Keanu's childhood. His sister reflects on the impact. How we lived our lives depended on the man of the moment. With a revolving door of father figures, Keanu and his sister largely had to fend for themselves. Studies show that young men who grow up without stable father figures often face higher risks of aggression, depression, and repeating cycles of abandonment. From the start, Keanu was on a challenging path. His teachers noticed a persistent, vague sadness hanging over him like a dark cloud. Throughout his youth, he bounced from one high school to another for more than 5 years, even getting expelled from one school due to his unruly behavior. Keanu Reeves' story isn't one of effortless privilege. It's one of resilience, grounded humanity, and the kind of kindness that stands out precisely because it is rare in Hollywood. His journey from a troubled childhood to becoming one of the industry's most beloved figures reminds us that normalcy and humility can be truly extraordinary. Keanu often felt like he was speaking too much and wasn't exactly the most polished or smooth operator at school. Reflecting on those times, he admitted, "I was just getting in their way, I guess." There was a persistent disconnect he experienced with others, an uneasy feeling of not truly fitting in or being welcomed. Unfortunately, this sensation didn't fade even when he made the leap to Hollywood. Early in his career, Reeves encountered agents who told him that his name was too ethnic, a critique he found frustrating. This was the mid-1980s, and while the concern about his name might seem trivial today, it was a real obstacle back then. Though annoyed, Keanu took their words seriously enough to experiment with a different identity, momentarily going by Casey or Casey Reeves. But something as simple as hearing his name called at auditions felt off. When the casting directors called Casey, he wouldn't respond. Most actors might have been hesitant to try changing their name at all, let alone follow through, but Keanu demonstrated from the outset that he was open-minded and adaptable. Eventually, he reverted to his real name, and in the long run, it had no adverse effect on his career. What truly shaped Keanu's trajectory were several roles he landed early on, laying the foundation for his image as Hollywood's quintessential nice guy. The young, attractive male leads often gather sizable female fan bases who idolize them as the ideal man. For Keanu, his early projects included NBC's Babes in Toyland, Act of Vengeance, and Brotherhood of Justice. Alongside TV, he made his first appearances on the big screen in the sports drama Young Blood and the low-budget romantic drama Flying. But his career took a distinct turn after meeting casting director Carrie Fraser, who immediately recognized something special in him. He walked in the door and I went, "Oh my God, this is my guy," she recalled. What captivated her wasn't just his looks, but the way he carried himself, his untied shoes, the casual clothes that spoke of a young man on the cusp of adulthood. She was ecstatic about his potential. Thanks to his youthful charm, Keanu secured roles in films like The Night Before, The Prince of Pennsylvania, and Permanent Record. Yet, the defining breakthrough came in 1989 with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Despite the mixed critical reception, the movie was a box office hit, grossing $40 million on a modest $10 million budget. As Ted Logan, Keanu's performance substantially increased his visibility in Hollywood. It's notable that director Stephen Herrick auditioned between 200 and 300 actors, and Keanu was among the first to try out. His portrayal captured a lovable goofiness that perfectly suited the character, making it clear, wow. But Keanu's persona as the earnest, kind-hearted guy wasn't just an act. It reflected who he truly was. In 1991, his kindness played a pivotal role in helping another actor's career. In the adventure drama My Own Private Idaho, Keanu co-starred with River Phoenix, portraying street hustlers. Before filming, director Gus Van Sant struggled to find the right actors for the lead parts. He sent the script to both Keanu and River's agents, half expecting it to be rejected. While Keanu's agent was receptive, Phoenix's representatives declined without hesitation. Showing compassion and determination, Van Sant persuaded Keanu to personally deliver the script to River Phoenix at his home in Florida, leveraging the fact that the two actors were friends. This gesture exemplified not just Keanu's professional spirit but his genuine willingness to help others succeed. During the Christmas holiday of 1990, Keanu did the director an enormous favor. He hopped on his motorcycle and traveled from his family home in Canada all the way down to the Phoenix family ranch in Micanopy, Florida. A grueling journey of nearly 2,100 kilometers, or about 1,300 miles. This act of dedication showcased Keanu's commitment and adventurous spirit. After that long ride, River Phoenix read the script and expressed a strong desire for the role that Keanu was originally cast in. However, the filmmakers persuaded River to take on the more challenging, edgier part of Mike, the drug-addicted hustler, which he agreed to with enthusiasm. What's remarkable is that River ended up receiving far more acclaim than Keanu for the film. Phoenix earned Best Actor awards from prestigious bodies like the Venice Film Festival, the National Society of Film Critics, and the Independent Spirit Awards. Tragically, in 1993, after several days of using cocaine and heroin, 23-year-old River Phoenix passed away outside the Viper Room nightclub in Hollywood. Keanu has seldom spoken publicly about his close friendship with River, choosing instead to keep those memories private. Yet, even 3 decades later, River's death still feels like a fresh and deeply painful wound for him. If we're honest though, Keanu's motorcycle journey wasn't much of a sacrifice. He absolutely loves to ride. But sacrifice did come into play during the filming of The Devil's Advocate. Keanu gave up something very few other actors would have, a significant amount of money. To meet Al Pacino's salary demands, Keanu reportedly took a substantial pay cut worth millions. Once again, his generosity helped everyone else but himself. The film ended up grossing over $61 and Al Pacino received widespread praise for his performance. This wasn't the last time Keanu made such a sacrifice. 3 years later, he reportedly accepted a 90% pay cut to work alongside Gene Hackman in The Replacements. Despite being a genuinely good person, Keanu faced criticism for his acting abilities. Many considered him a mediocre actor. In his biggest hit before Speed, Bram Stoker's Dracula, the film was successful, but critics viewed his performance as weak. His English accent in that film has even been cited as one of the worst in movie history. In 1993, he was nominated for the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Supporting Actor for Much Ado About Nothing. Following 2 more unimpressive dramatic films, Keanu's career was teetering on the brink. Fortunately, a breakthrough was near. The movie Speed. Back in 1993, executives considered stars like Tom Cruise, Tom Hanks, and Wesley Snipes for the lead role, but ultimately chose Keanu. This role required some tough sacrifices. The director wanted the character to have a clean-shaven head, so Keanu shaved off his long hair. Studio executives were so upset, they initially demanded he wear a wig but eventually trusted the director's vision. Additionally, the director felt Keanu didn't look tough enough, so Keanu dedicated 2 months to rigorous physical training for the role. His hard work paid off handsomely, as Speed grossed a staggering $350 on a modest $30 million budget. If you need more proof of how little Keanu values money, consider this. He turned down a $12 million offer to star in Speed 2, Cruise Control. It wasn't a matter of artistic principle. The project simply didn't feel right to him, so he passed on it. As a direct consequence of his bold decision, Keanu Reeves found himself blacklisted by 20th Century Fox for an entire decade. The industry seemed to accept it when he sacrificed his own finances, but Hollywood executives are notorious for punishing those who obstruct their path to massive profits. Luckily for Keanu, the blacklist imposed by 20th Century Fox didn't keep him from ascending to global superstar status, because his very next project was destined to change his life forever. That project was The Matrix, a groundbreaking film portraying a dystopian future where humanity unknowingly exists within a simulated reality engineered by intelligent machines. These machines distract humans by creating an illusionary world while using their actual bodies as power sources. Interestingly, Keanu wasn't the first pick for the lead role. Will Smith declined the part, feeling the film's concept was too ambitious. Nicolas Cage also said no, mainly because he didn't want to spend extended time shooting in Australia. Brad Pitt passed on the role as well, choosing to star in Fight Club instead, a decision that turned out well. Sandra Bullock thought the character Neo should be male and felt the role wasn't right for her. Even Johnny Depp turned down the role, which left the casting directors with Keanu Reeves, who felt incredibly fortunate to be considered for such a landmark movie. To prepare for the demanding role, Keanu underwent several months of rigorous martial arts training. This was made even more impressive considering he was battling a serious physical setback. Keanu had a bulging disc in his spine, a condition severe enough that he had undergone a 2-level spinal fusion surgery before starting his training, in addition to having a metal plate inserted in his neck. Remarkably, he kept this a secret, knowing that revealing it might have cost him the part. His training for The Matrix took place while he was still wearing a neck brace. When The Matrix finally hit theaters, it was met with widespread critical acclaim. Reviewers lauded its cutting-edge visual effects, thrilling action sequences, masterful cinematography, and overall entertainment value. Financially, the movie was a colossal hit, grossing over $460 worldwide against a budget of $63 million. It became Warner Bros. highest-grossing film in 1999 and ranked as the fourth highest-grossing film globally that year. Keanu reportedly earned $14 million upfront for his role, but thanks to the film's massive box office success, he gained an additional $49 afterward. While he had been a successful actor before, The Matrix officially cemented Keanu's status as a legend in Hollywood. But just as he was reaching the pinnacle of his career, life dealt him another devastating blow. Already having endured the heartbreak of his father's abandonment and losing his closest friend, Keanu faced a new personal tragedy. He and his girlfriend, Jennifer Seam, were expecting their first child. However, at 8 months into Jennifer's pregnancy, the baby was stillborn, a tragic discovery they received on Christmas Eve in 1999. The loss plunged Jennifer into postnatal depression, and the strain ultimately led to the end of their romantic relationship. Despite their split, the two remained close friends and were even close to rekindling their relationship. Tragically, Jennifer died in a car accident in 2001, just one day after meeting with Keanu. In the face of this unimaginable sorrow, Keanu demonstrated remarkable resilience, channeling his grief into positive action by dedicating himself to helping others. Not long after, he founded a cancer foundation. In 2009, Keanu revealed that he maintains a private foundation, continuing his commitment to philanthropy despite his own personal hardships. Keanu Reeves has quietly supported a foundation that's been operating for 5 or 6 years, aiding several children's hospitals and funding cancer research. He's always preferred to keep this work private, avoiding attaching his own name to the foundation, instead letting it operate on its own merit. Unlike many celebrities who tend to showcase their charitable acts for moral recognition or public attention, Keanu chooses to keep his generosity under the radar. But his kindness goes far beyond that. For example, during the filming of The Matrix Reloaded, there was an intense scene where Neo battled multiple clones of Agent Smith. This scene involved a dozen stunt performers, each playing a different Smith clone. To show appreciation for their hard work, Keanu gifted each stuntman a brand new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. And that wasn't a one-time gesture. On the set of John Wick. Chapter 4. Keanu surprised his stunt team with personalized Rolex Submariner watches, each valued at $10,000, as a token of gratitude for their dedication. He also went out of his way to treat the stunt team from Matrix Resurrections, arranging an all-expenses-paid trip to the movie's premiere. This generous package included private jet transportation, luxury hotel accommodations, premiere tickets, and even a special post-premiere brunch for select guests. Despite rumors circulating in various media outlets claiming that Keanu donated $31.50 million, or 70% of his earnings from The Matrix, to cancer research, this statement is false. His publicist confirmed that he did not donate that significant a portion of his salary to charity. Nevertheless, the public is eager to celebrate any acts of kindness by Keanu, as his generosity feels authentic and consistent. In fact, one of the moments that earned him the most public admiration was a simple, yet profoundly relatable gesture. In 2011, a video went viral showing Keanu on a New York City subway. Noticing a woman carrying a heavy bag, he offered her his seat in a respectful and humble manner. She accepted, and Keanu stood up, demonstrating genuine kindness and humility. The video has since amassed over 42 million views. People were touched that an A-list actor uses public transportation like everyone else and is willing to perform such everyday acts of consideration. Keanu's respectfulness also extends to how he interacts with fans, especially women. Many photos have gone viral highlighting his no-touching policy. He has been affectionately nicknamed a respectful king because he avoids placing his hand directly on women during photos, opting instead to keep his hands slightly away from their backs, which many fans appreciate as a gesture of respect. While scandals often dominate celebrity headlines, Keanu's reputation flourishes around positive stories. Viral moments frequently highlight him giving to homeless individuals, spending time with them on the streets, playing with puppies, showcasing plush toys abroad, or sharing thoughtful and sincere wisdom. When asked a deeply philosophical question about what he believes happens when we die, Keanu begins a heartfelt response, indicating a reflective and profound outlook on life and mortality. Despite all the hardships Keanu has endured alongside his incredible Hollywood success, he has chosen a path of humility and kindness instead of ego and arrogance. While many celebrities often trade their integrity for fame and wealth, Keanu uses his fame and fortune to uplift and support others. Although some may say he is overly praised for simple acts of generosity, Keanu Reeves consistently shows that he's not only exceptional by Hollywood standards, but truly an extraordinary human being.